Ah, you don't like my political opinions? Too bad. So sad. Didn't ask. Well, sir, I do say so myself that I would consider myself a bull moose. I am not a Wilsonian progressive. Shall I tell you why? I do believe in advancing women's right to vote. I would even support an amendment to it. And I also believe that the black man should be able to vote, unlike those Wilsonian progressives. Pugh, they know nothing about true liberty. For those of you who don't know, there is literally a Chinese surveillance balloon going over the United States right now. And what has the government done about it? Nothing. You know why the government has done nothing about it? Because China owns Biden. And guess what? He's at the top of the government right now. So nothing's going to happen. The Chinese are literally taking pictures of classified areas in the United States, and who knows, are regular citizens as well. We don't have access to the pictures or videos or whatever is on this surveillance balloon because freaking Biden's not going to do anything about it. This is literally a threat to our national security, and the government is not taking it seriously. There's only one man that can fix this, obviously, and if Trump was in office, this is not even close to happening. Right, the government needs to shoot this balloon down right now. Otherwise, who knows what the hell the Chinese are going to do with this information. So the whole Chinese surveillance balloon situation just demonstrates how weak of a leader the United States has. Not just in the White House, but, well, along the whole government in general. So on Wednesday is when we first spotted a Chinese surveillance balloon going along the northern border of the US, and it took until Saturday when after it went through the whole northern border, took all its pictures, collected all its data, and then we took it down. You know why? Because Biden doesn't want to be on bad terms with his allies in the Chinese government. He wanted them to collect all their data first, and then he took it down. Yeah, and the whole excuse like, oh, I ordered it to be shut down on Wednesday, but it wasn't going to be safe. It's like, a 4-star general came out and said, we had plenty of time to shoot it down over the Aleutian Islands. Like, they saw it coming over the ocean. They could have shot it then before it got over land. And that was BS. And there was obviously plenty of time we could have shot it down even over the land. Just weak leadership. And the jackass comment by the guy at the Pentagon was like, where the reporter asked, doesn't the public have a right to know where it is? And he's like, the public can certainly look up. Like, you sound like a jackass when you say that. It's just weak leadership. If Trump was president, it would not even have reached the United States before we shot it down. It is a bunch of BS. And now China's just laughing at us because they saw what Biden did with Ukraine, took all soldiers out, be a damn wimp, and that led to that war. Now China's like, oh, well, we can take advantage of this. We can start saying our surveillance balloons. Now, that kind of raised the question, why would China use a surveillance balloon when they got their satellites? Well, I was watching this video of a former CIA agent, and he was explaining, this one's kind of obvious, but because it's closer to the ground, the sensors will be better. And when I say sensors, There's two things. One, like the cameras might be able to get higher definition pictures when it's 60,000 feet up in there versus like 200 miles up in the space. And then two, it'd be better able to collect radio frequencies is what he thinks as well. So we're just letting the Chinese do this, go along the United States now and collect our data in plain sight. The civilians can even see it. It is just horrible, weak leadership. We deserve a person who will actually stand up for America and stop selling our information to the Chinese for business purposes.
Staying in Vegas. There's more sides to the story, I'ma tell everybody. Had your ass in courtside with your arm around me. Had your ass in first class with your burnt ass out in Abu Dhabi. Could've been what we should've been, but you lost it, bet now you gotta find me. Find a seat, I ain't playing this hide and seek. High school where you finally peaked. Hound dog couldn't find a treat. I'm a bad bitch, but dog.
The 2023 State of the Union Republican response address was given by Sarah Huckabee Sanders, and it was a really beautiful speech. There was one part specifically that stood out to me more than any other part, and that is the call for new Republican leadership. And I just want to say that it really felt like that message was directly for me. And I'm just going to say right now, I am going to stand up to that challenge. I'm not just going to be a supporter. I am going to be a leader. One day, I will be either a legislator or a governor. And it would be a little crazy to think this, but if I could somehow be a state senator, a state assemblyman, a federal senator, federal congressman, and even a governor all in life, that would be a crazy life. I don't imagine that I will be all those, but I can certainly try. I am up for the challenge. I am going to lead our generation into the future. I will not step down. I will do it because I know I can make a difference in the world, and it will be for good. I will be saying that for the rest of my life, so don't forget that. My dear sir, I do believe you have me confused with someone else. I have not seen this impostor that you speak of. I cannot point you in any correct direction, but if you want to start somewhere, go ask that guy over there, because I do not know of any imposter. A robber breaks into your house looking like this. What's the first thing you say to him? You guys suck! In the end, though, I really don't care who wins, since neither of them are my teams, but if I had to choose one just to make it more fun, I would choose the one for my conference. I'm an Eagles fan! Let's flip a car before the Super Bowl even starts. Oh, what? We lost? Let's flip another car! Photograph. Every time I look at it, it makes me laugh.
Water like some dummies, taking shots about the semi. This shit kill me like I'm Kenny. This is not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of the annual purge sanctioned by the U.S. government. Weapons of Class 4 and lower have been authorized for use during the purge. All other weapons are restricted. Government officials of ranking 10 have been granted immunity from the purge and shall not be harmed. Commencing at the siren, any and all crime, including murder, will be legal for 12 continuous hours. Police, fire, and emergency medical services will be unavailable until tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. when the purge concludes. Blessed be our new founding fathers in America, a nation reborn. May God be with you all.
So I got this one member on my school board who's a liberal among all the others which are not liberals. And the last school board meeting I went to, he got on this 10-minute rant of, it was supposed to be on one topic on this policy that the school board was considering, and then he started getting off topic. So another member kind of interrupted him for a second and said, you're kind of getting off topic. He's like, don't talk to me like I am a child. I am an adult. It's like, oh my God, okay, mister. Just because someone pointed out the truth, you're freaking out now. It's like that was a complete unnecessary freak out, and that was completely immature. He was acting like a child when he did that. And what they were thinking about is this policy, and he's like, this should be a bipartisan issue. And then guess what? He's the only one that voted against it. Well, mister, it should be bipartisan. Why'd you vote against it? Everyone else was on board with it. Just because the teachers didn't like it, and you're on the side of the teachers, you decide that it's a bad policy. Well, sucks for you, buddy. It passed. And then there's this other event he was at. I was there too. He got to the point where he said something like, oh, the students in the school district, and he named a town nearby us, have more opportunities than students in this district. And when he was asked what opportunities, he's like, oh, well, I can't name any specific. And he pretty much just said they have some more money, so that must mean they do something extra with it to provide more opportunities, even though the students in that district have lower test scores than the ones in mine. So yeah, you're kind of a typical politician, Mr. Democrat. Go to Washington. You would be loved there by the majority party in the Senate. It's been a whole year since the Russia-Ukraine conflict started. And what has changed? Nothing. It's still the same. Freaking presidents just fueling the war on both sides. Remember the Russian arms deal we traded for an America-hating WNBA player? Remember when everybody was joking, but also not joking at the same time, that that's the only WNBA trade that anyone's ever cared about? Yeah. Making the U.S. look real strong there, Mr. President. Yeah. All this can be traced back to 3 years ago when all the crap was going on during the election cycle, all the rigging. Imagine that Trump was still president. This conflict would not have started. We wouldn't be in this position where we were feeling, I don't know if there's going to be a World War III, but sure as close as ever under Brandon's administration. We need a guy like Trump who said that if he gets elected, going to call for peace. Get Zelensky, Putin in a room and get them to agree to something. Stop this insane war. It's something that nobody wants. And of course, I want peace in Ukraine, but I do not believe that you can want peace in Ukraine and at the same time support the warmonger who is causing that peace to go farther and farther down away from the line. It's just my thoughts. But yeah, something's got to be done. Trump is the only man who can do that. Oh, and one more thing. We shouldn't help others if we can't help ourselves. We should be focusing on helping our own citizens, such as the ones in East Palestine, instead of making trips across the world to help others. We should be able to help ourselves. That's just not with the country. That's just with any human being. Can't help yourself, you cannot help others. We shouldn't be sending over $100 billion worth of cash and also military equipment. That's just making it much easier for us to get attacked because we will have a lot less arsenal than, well, a country like China, for example.
Is it, baby, stay with me, I love it. Looking intuition, play the cards with spades to start. And after he's been hooked, I'll play the one that's on his heart.
In another South Park on the sheep, I can't unwind. So come on down South Park and meet some friends of mine.